Welcome back, Patriots, for another episode of the Bald Brad Show. It is officially October 30th. Tomorrow's the last day. It's Halloween tomorrow. Patriots, it's great being back with you. We went live a little bit later. I had to fill up my coffee, okay? Had to fill it to the brim, the 1775 premium, baby. And we got a lot of news to cover. And I'm going to throw this at you. Did Joe Biden just fly in like Superman and rescue the Trump campaign? Or the other side of the coin, did he just sabotage I almost said the Clinton campaign, the Harris campaign? I guess there's not too much of a difference between the two. Whoa! You're all garbage. Yes. You're also Nazis. You are racist, you are bigots, you're sexist, you're extremist, you're a threat to democracy. Does anybody want to add to the list here? We are live over at Rumble, unless something different has happened. But we are live. We are live everywhere, baby, which we will get to because we are on, well, we're not live on TikTok, but we're on TikTok. We're on Rumble. We're on Twitter, X, YouTube. We're everywhere, baby. We're everywhere. So let's jump right into the news here. You got this whole thing that kind of set a firestorm with Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, I posted some of his stand-up bit from the Madison Square Garden, or as we're calling it, the MAGA Square Garden. And people lost their bleep over this joke. It's a joke, meaning it's not fully true. I'm sure there is some garbage in Puerto Rico in the same way there's garbage sitting on the street of New York. That doesn't mean New Yorkers are garbage, but there's a ton of garbage on the streets of New York. They just got trash cans this year, you guys. That's not even a bit. They literally just got trash cans this year. So here's the joke that set the Democrats spazzing out. They were seizuring out. Here we go.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right, okay, we're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. A lot
Okay, I'm biased for Tony Hinchcliffe. I love the guy. That's my type of comedy, my type of humor, really all types of humor, to be honest. And I watch him every Monday, just want to be clear, or Tuesday as of yesterday, because his episode came out yesterday. And the left lost their mind. They were posting all on social media, coming after me because the video that I posted about Tony Hinchcliffe has like 350,000 views on TikTok, and I only had like 400 followers. Just the previous weekend, or like the previous like few days before, this is what was said by Lord George Lopez, who's joking about Mexicans being thieves. Thieves.
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, you better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight.
Look, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny because it's a joke, okay? Are some Mexican thieves? Yes, so are white people. So are some black people. So are some Hispanics and Italians. It's just a joke. You know what I mean? And Democrats, mostly progressives, don't have a sense of humor. I do. I love it. Great joke, but I'm not hounding George Lopez, by the way. I thought it was a great joke. Nice job. He had a good set. Okay, I don't like that he's out there for Kamala. Come over to our side, dude. It's a lot better. But no hysteria over that joke. It's funny, right? That joke that George Lopez just told was days before Tony Hinchcliffe ever took the stage. Nobody said a peep. Nobody said anything. So Tony Hinchcliffe comes out and does that joke. This is the guy, funny enough, his name's Brad as well, takes the TikTok, which I was mentioned in, not by him, but by a follower of his in his thing, and told me to listen up because I thought Tony Hinchcliffe's comedic set was funny. So we're going to listen to what this guy has to say, and I'm going to pause it throughout because it's pretty wild.
I have to jump on TikTok today and explain to Trump supporters how comedy works. So
he's going to lecture you guys. Mind you, this guy's not a comedian, I don't believe. I think he's just a musician that plays the guitar. I think. I'm not downgrading him. I think that's just all he is. I don't know the guy very well.
Listen up, because you guys need so much help on this. All
Okay.
right. Let's say that I was invited to your family barbecue and I walked up to your grandma and I said, I love your earrings, Grandma. Too bad your face looks like dog shit. Everyone in the vicinity who heard me say that would look at me like, are you good, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you? Now, if I turned to everyone and I said, what? What, you guys can't take a joke, bro?
Right off the bat, it's already wrong. Like right off the bat. And what you read in his comments, they don't get it. Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian. By the way, one of the most popular comedians in the world. He has the #1 comedy podcast on the entire planet. So everybody knows who Tony Hinchcliffe was. One, he just went viral like 6 months ago for his bit that he did at the Tom Brady roast. I mean, Jeff Ross, no, everybody knows this guy. He was hired as a comedian to come and tell jokes. Whereas the analogy that Brad here is giving is that that person that showed up to your grandma's birthday party was never hired to show up to give jokes. If he was or she was hired to give jokes like Nikki Glaser or something, then yes, free reign. If that's what they're known for roasting, which Tony Hinchcliffe is, then yeah, free reign. That would be, maybe your grandma would want them there. I don't know. I would find a roaster coming to my birthday party is hilarious, by the way, because I could take a joke. I have thick skin. It's okay. So the analogy is completely wrong here. Completely wrong.
Have you guys ever heard of comedy, dude? That's you. That's you, Trump supporters. You guys think that you're out here just having a goof and people are being too sensitive? It's more that you are objectively fucking annoying.
Hold on, I want to recreate that. It's more like you are objectively fucking annoying. Shit. You know what? Maybe this is a bit. Maybe he is a comedian. I don't know. I think I just saw some guitar stuff. I don't know. Oh, it's good.
To be around. You're not funny. You're not smart. Your jokes are bad. You know why everyone had to Google the comedian at Trump's rally last night? Because nobody knew who the fuck he was. You know.
I gotta do it. You know why hold on. Hold on. Let me do it kind of. You know why everyone had to sit there and Google the comedian at the Trump rally? Because no one knew who the fuck he was. Everybody Googled the Trump rally and Tony Hinchcliffe because they wanted to see the clip, you idiot. That's why they were Googling the guy. Everybody wanted to see the great set. That's why my video went viral, because everybody loved it.
You know why? Nobody knows who the fuck any famous conservative comedians are. You know why that is? There are none. Okay? Part of the reason for that.
By the way, most of the comedians are all voting for Trump. That's why JD Vance and Trump are like on all their podcasts right now. Like Theo Vaughn. JD Vance is going to be on Joe Rogan's podcast. I understand Joe Rogan's not conservative Republican, but he's probably going to vote that way. So it's just funny how that works out. Yeah, no, all of them are pretty much Republican. Tom Dillon.
Audience is too stupid. Okay?
All of Joe Rogan's friends.
Okay, that's a big part of it.
I'm not wrong.
Conservative comedy is stuck in middle school. Conservatives only laugh.
Says the guy that's dressed like a middle school kid. I can't do this shit. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Hand to God, I'm not. But he's going to sit there and lecture us about how conservatives are intellectual, our jokes, all these things are middle school. The dude's literally dressed like a middle school kid. I would know. I've seen and taught middle school. This is how they dress. There was a kid in the front of the classroom just last year that dressed exactly like this. I kid you not.
Laugh at other people's misfortune. That's why Trump bores his fans to tears until he says that Kamala Harris is mentally handicapped. And then you guys are like, ah! Okay,
yes.
That's all you guys know how to laugh at. Trump comedy is, you're fat, you're ugly, you're poor, you throw like a girl. That's all you guys know how to do. You are quite literally not intelligent enough to laugh at anything more interesting than that.
Isn't it interesting that he's I mean, it's a remarkable thing because, as I said, there's no like self-reflection, which I told him in the mirror. Like, he doesn't look in the mirror to see the self-reflection. And neither does anybody in the comment section. And I'm not calling them stupid. All I'm saying is that it's a remarkable thing that he's going to lecture us on we shouldn't be making jokes about Puerto Rico being garbage, but yet he's going to come on here and call us fucking stupid and call us basically all these names that we're not intelligent enough to come up with a good joke, that, oh, all we do is this. It's a remarkable thing how he's going to lecture all of us about doing a joke, but then he comes back with no jokes and just starts calling you all fucking stupid. Isn't that a crazy thing? And there's no realization of that, by the way. I don't know if it's a bit. It might be, because it's so outlandish. I really do mean that. I'm not trying to be hysterical. I'm not trying to cause beef between this guy. He did say, when I said, hey, I don't know what I'm supposed to be listening for, all I see you is lecturing us about a joke when you're just sitting there name calling us, as has your party been doing for decades now, calling us deplorables, calling us racist, sexist, bigots, homophobes, all these things, but no video from this guy about all those things. But when we come out and tell a joke, all of a sudden you lose your shit. Now, he said, oh, I'm sorry about your podcast, which is weird because we have 65,000 followers plus just on YouTube. And to give you guys a comparison, this guy's video got 60,000 views and he has like 60 something thousand followers on TikTok. I had 400 and my video hit 350,000 views. I'd also like to point out our YouTube channel, just our YouTube channel, doesn't include X, it doesn't include Rumble, it doesn't include all that. Just our YouTube channel gets over 200,000 views easily. I think it's a week or something like that. It's bonkers. We get like 14,000 comments like a week or some crazy number like that. So, sorry about podcast. Our podcast is killing it. Our podcast is killing it. So the Patriots in the chat, baby. We got a movement here. He does not have no movement. He has no movement. He has no community. None at all. We do. We do. So he just posted that, right? Now, what's funny is I look through, no post about Hillary Clinton saying this.
You know, to just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
Notice they're all laughing, right? All the Democrats are laughing there. Huh, weird. By the way, it wasn't even a joke. What she just said there was not even a joke. She just really believes that. Tony Hinchcliffe does not believe Puerto Rico is actually garbage. It was a joke. It gets worse, you guys. Here's Joe Biden calling all of you extremists.
There's something dangerous happening in America now. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. The MAGA movement.
This is the same guy who has a DHS advisory board with prior CIA directors and other people on it that said, if you are a MAGA supporter, if you are somebody that's religious, and you were ever a military or had been in the military, you are deemed, quote, a terror risk in your own country. That's that guy. But no video on that. No videos on that whatsoever. Isn't that crazy? Joe Biden, which we'll get to, just came out and called all of you and half of the country, half of the entire country, garbage. Hillary Clinton in 2016 called half the country deplorables. The president, over his entire term, just called you extremists, a threat to democracy. No videos. No video. But none of those were jokes, by the way. Those were all serious quotes. Tony Hinchcliffe comes out and does a joke. Holy shit, he thinks Puerto Ricans are garbage. Oh my God. If you sat there and brought somebody to your grandma's birthday party and you sat there and said, God, Grandma, your face looks like shit. Oh, it's just a joke. No, it is just a joke. And that person would have been hired for that birthday party the same way Tony Hinchcliffe was hired to do stand-up comedy, and he's known for his roasting. He's known for drawing the line. I would also like to point out Tony Hinchcliffe's bits that he did at the Trump rally were very calm considering what he normally does. Tony is a gladiator. Here he was at Tom Brady's roast, and this is what he's known for. Look what he could have done at the Donald Trump rally. The dude was calm at the rally.
Afraid of the Giants, which is why Kevin Hart is hosting tonight. All night, he's been using the stool that Aaron Hernandez kicked out from under himself. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting. Tom Brady is a patriot, which is surprising considering he looks like a Confederate fag. Clearly your ex-wife takes after you. I hear she's out there draining balls right now. People love you, Tom. You have the same fan base as Kyle Rittenhouse. Gronk, I'm happy you could take a break from writing Santa letters to be here today. I knew you were here when we were all out of chocolate milk backstage. You look like the final boss in George Floyd, the video game. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Nikki has such a bad eating disorder, the industry keeps shoving her down our throat. You might recognize her from her podcast appearances, specials, and winning the Triple Crown at Churchill Downs. You might recognize Kevin as the jockey that rode her, and that's Churchill Downs, the racetrack, not to be confused with what Jeff Ross looks like when he smokes a cigar. Sam J, an obese African-American lesbian, so by having here, Netflix checked off a lot of boxes. Andrew Schultz, I'm glad you took a break from watching YouTube videos on how to dap up black dudes correctly. Schultz's mom is a professional ballroom dancer, which means she's a stripper that talks too much. Bert Kreischer is a king. He looks like if the Tiger King and the Liver King only ate Burger King and had a liver that looked like Martin Luther King got beat up by Rodney King. And how about the appearance from the great Ron Burgundy, huh? A whale.
Oh, God. He wasn't even done. God. He is the best. And what was remarkable, as you saw from this guy, is nobody knows who he is. Everybody knows who Tony Hinchcliffe is. Like I said, he does an entire podcast, the #1 comedic podcast in the world, on the planet, called Kill Tony. Still, by the way, again, we'll get to it. Still waiting. Everybody watch this guy. I want to see if he posts a video about Hillary Clinton's deplorability, calling Republicans that, or most recently, just as like yesterday, Joe Biden calling the Republican Party garbage. I want to see if he does a video on that, because I guarantee you he won't. He won't come out and say, whoa, that was really bad. Shouldn't have done that. By the way, I'm not offended by Joe Biden calling me garbage. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because I know it's not true. See, the truth is where things bother people. It doesn't bother me because I know we're not garbage. We love this country. We want to clean up the garbage and the mess that was created by the Biden-Harris administration is what we want to do. Now, some people got it. Some people said, hey, you know what? I get that it was just a joke. Surprisingly, Jon Stewart comes out and he gets it. Why? Because he's a comedian. Comedians should sit there and support one another. They understand what's going on. Now, could you sit there and take the line a little bit too far, like we saw with Kathy Griffith? Yeah, but you know what? With her holding Trump's head, was it a little bit weird? And was she pushing the line? Yes. Did I have like a total big problem with it? Not really, because I know she's a comedian, you guys. That's their job, is to push the envelope, to sit there and maybe sometimes cross that line. And because they're a comedian, you got to sit there and be somewhat forgiving because they're testing the waters out. That's their whole job. So again, you guys might be offended by Kathy Griffith holding Trump's head with like bloody. Was it weird? Yeah. It didn't really bother me all that much. So here is Jon Stewart just the other day talking about this whole thing.
The opening act, grabbing headlines for all the wrong reasons, a comedian who offered unfunny, racist, cringeworthy jokes.
Basically calling Puerto Ricans trash.
The most repulsive racial jokes about Latinos.
Disgusting and hateful.
So incredibly crude.
Frankly, just too X-rated to play here.
Extremely vile so-called jokes.
Extremely vile so-called jokes. She name-checked my comedy album from the 90s. Did I really? I don't know who's AI, me or that guy. Now, obviously, in retrospect, having a roast comedian come to a political rally a week before Election Day and roasting a key voting demographic, probably not the best decision by the campaign politically. But to be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. Yep. I mean, here he is at the Tom Brady roast a few months ago.
So he's just rehashing what we just said. That's what he does. That's what he was hired and brought on to do. And by the way, he kept it PG-13. I know some of you are in the chat, like Danielle, and it's okay to say it. Hey, don't waste your time with a knucklehead or a kid like that. The only reason I wanted to show that video of that TikToker was because you're seeing a look at how a lot of the progressive left think. And so that's why I have to show kind of an example of what I'm talking about, of how a lot of them are reacting to all of this. So we got to show an example, or else I'd be showing you like 20, 30 videos, boom, 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 of these people kind of losing their ish over a joke. And then the same people that are losing their ish over a joke are the same people that are also calling you a bunch of names, while at the same time saying you shouldn't be telling jokes. It is a pretty wild thing. So this is what broke yesterday. Joe Biden sits there, here's Tony Hinchcliffe's joke, and the left losing their shit. He goes, I gotta do something about this. And like Batman, the dude unstraps his CPAP machine, and he comes out, he's stumbling around the White House. Get me out there. Get me out to a desk. I got something to say, right? And he's walking like a zombie, right? Taking a hit of the inhaler. I gotta do this. If it's my dying breath, I must say this. He comes out and does the unthinkable. All the news was about Tony Hinchcliffe and calling Puerto Ricans garbage, right? All the news was about Nazis. Biden comes out. He's like, it has to be about me. He calls all Trump supporters garbage. Tony Hinchcliffe, with a joke, calls Puerto Rico garbage. Like, it's a swing, but it's small, right? The dude goes, I gotta do something better. I have to call half the country garbage. So he comes out, dude. I can't fucking believe it. And he saves the Trump campaign. The dude swings in, right? The dude swings in on his dying breath and calls all of us garbage. Oh, the timing. Look at him. He's all close to the camera like me. You're garbage.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Joe. You notice that I'm not doing a TikTok. Oh, well, it's like you're showing up to grandma's and he calls you garbage, right? First of all, I laughed at it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? Because we're so used to it. It's like, come on, I know it's not true. We're not garbage. You know what I mean? But it's just funny how he comes out and just underscores, just completely takes the narrative away from the Harris campaign. Because now they can't come out and talk. I mean, the fact that he even called us garbage, right? Oh my God. I mean, Joe used the same word Tony Hinchcliffe did, right? So she can't come out and say anymore, oh, well, Tony Hinchcliffe called Puerto Ricans and everybody garbage, right? It's like, well, didn't Joe just call like half the country garbage? You know what I mean? He didn't even use a different word. Oh, it was great. It was freaking phenomenal. And so Biden then, like, they're scrambling, right? Scrambling. Oh, fuck. What are we going to do? Joe just called everybody garbage. Like, so they're scrambling to fix it. Comes out, Trump lies to explain why he called Trump supporters garbage. Biden comes out to explain it. What did he say here? Look at this. Oh, Joe, earlier today, I referred to the hateful rhetoric about Puerto Rico spewed by Trump supporter at his MAGA. See how I said that already? MAGA Square Garden. Madison Square Garden. Rally as garbage, which is the only word I can think of to describe it. It's so bad. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable. Didn't this guy say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black? I mean, we've done clips of Biden saying some pretty insane things about black people and like poor people. That's all I meant to say. The comments at that rally don't reflect who we are as a nation. Joe, you literally called us garbage. We'll just run that back.
My home state of Delaware, Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. Floating out there is his supporters. Garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. Garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
I don't know. I'm trying to clean up your diaper, Joe. Joey's trying to clean up his diaper. And, well, that didn't work out really well so far, Joey, because nobody's taking it. So Trump responds to it immediately. Marco Rubio comes on stage. He's like, sorry, Mr. President, we got news. Because it is huge news. Like I mentioned, folks, everybody was sitting there talking about Tony Hinchcliffe, right? Tony Hinchcliffe said that. Tony Hinchcliffe said this, and they were getting all upset. So Trump, former President Trump said Biden's attack Tuesday night on the 74 million Americans who voted for him was terrible. And of course, Trump's going to lean in on this. Why would you not? I mean, he's sitting there. Joe Biden changed the entire narrative for us. Joe Biden may have rescued the Trump campaign. Think about that. Or, if you want to flip the other side, sabotage Kamala Harris.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's what it says. That's what it says.
So that paper he's holding, I believe, was after Marco Rubio took the stage and notified everybody of the breaking news. That's how big of a deal this was that Joe Biden came out and just said that.
So you have, remember Hillary, she said deplorable, and then she said irredeemable, right? But she said deplorable, that didn't work out. Garbage, I think, is worse, right? But he doesn't know. You have to please forgive him. Please forgive him, for he not knoweth what he said.
Trump, he's the best. He's the best.
These people, it's terrible, terrible. Terrible to say a thing like that, but he really doesn't know. He really, honestly, he doesn't. And I'm convinced that
he doesn't have a clue, really. Don't lay into him. He doesn't know what he just said.
he likes me more than he likes Kamala.
That might actually be true now. That part might actually be some truth to it. Oh God, isn't Trump the best? He is always funny. Yeah, he's great. Oh my God. It's gonna be sad when we don't have like Trump around anymore. You know what I mean? Like he let's hope he gets in his 47. He does his 4 years, but that's it. We're never gonna get this again. God, it's so good. Get out and vote for Trump. I know some of you have already voted early. Folks, we are less than a week away. Isn't that crazy, man? Tuesday's coming up and get a little nervous. So that was big news. And as I mentioned, we're going to wait. Everybody just wait, because after everything we've seen from the Democrats, we're extremists, we're a threat to democracy, we're going to destroy the country, we're going to go into World War III, you're deplorables, you're sexist, you're racist, all these name callings, right? You just had a sitting president come out and just call us all garbage. I want to wait and see on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or X. I want to see all these social media platforms. Everybody be on the lookout. Email me the clips when you see them calling out Joe Biden. So thebaldbradshow@gmail.com. You guys send me all the clips of the Democrat Party and progressive left, the same people, because I want to do a side by side. I want to see the same people that were losing their shit over Tony Hinchcliffe's joke. I want to see them come out and call out their own party for this. Because if they don't, they're just hypocrites. That's what they are. They're hypocrites. At least when Donald Trump says something I don't like, I call it out. I'm not saying I like the guy and everything he does and says. Of course not. That's crazy. I'm not beholden to the Republican Party. But at least I have somewhat of a linear line of thinking. Just wait. Again, I'm not bothered by Joe Biden calling me garbage. Does not faze me one bit. If anything, I think it's fucking hilarious. Really, I'm not sure if he knows what he said. He doesn't even know what he said. So you have this as well. Getting into a little bit of the other news, because we spent about 30 minutes on the whole garbage thing. But look, it was the breaking news. It was the breaking news. Whoopi comes out. Dude, I don't even know how she has a job. Trump will break up interracial marriages and deport the non-white spouses. Where do they get this stuff? Now, to be frank, I know what she's talking about, but she's trying to make it bigger than what it is. And so here she is. I'm always hesitant to even show The View anymore, because you guys, they're the ones that are flagging our show. The View's coming out and flags our show, just to let you know.
All of you. Talking about you, it's us. He's not going to, say, oh, you're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
He's also,
The man is out there. Again, they're going to lecture us. Can we just do a side-by-side here? They're going to lecture us that Donald Trump is out there. Now, you let me know. You're walking down the street, just gonna go grocery shopping, pay the expensive bills because of Kamala Harris, and you saw that lady on the street. And then she starts lecturing you like that. How Donald Trump's crazy. I mean, she's going on national television, you guys, ABC. He's gonna sit there and start separating interracial couples and then pairing you with a white guy or something. Some crazy shit. Oh, God. It's like Joe Scarborough coming out and talking how Donald Trump's going to start locking people up and then he's going to start executing people in the streets. You remember when he said that on his show, Morning Joe? Dude, these people are crazy, man. It's freaking nuts. But it's content. It's content. And I'm here for every minute of it. There's no greater time on hand to God to be in politics because I don't really get upset with it. I'll show passion and energy and stuff like that. But in my heart, you guys, I find this all comedic. This is hilarious. Not everything. There's some really terrible things that come out, but you got to treat it as comedy because if you don't, you're just going to be pissed off all the time and it could really ruin you. We should have a lot of followers. Some people left because they're just like, I got to step away from politics. It's too much. I find this freaking hilarious.
You need to believe him, and these are the final hours. We need you. We need you, and all of you to vote.
Yep. There you go. So, Mika, I think you heard us before you came out. We were talking earlier about yesterday's Trump rally from hell at Madison Square Garden. So what did you make of it?
Well, I think it was everything that you need to know about Donald Trump in one weird white nationalist Nazi-type rally. And of course, there's historic parallels to where and when this happened. But
as she's going down to read her notes, right? Hold on, what am I supposed to say about Nazi rally shit? What happened in the 1930s again? I don't know because I'm just doing a talking point. It says right here, okay, say this. Like, how do you feel if you're like, because there's a lot of Jewish people at that rally. Like, how do you feel? You know what I mean? Isn't it? It's a really mind-bending thing to like call Trump and the rally a Nazi rally when you actively had a shit ton of Jews there. Like, can you imagine? Donald Trump might be the most pro-Israel president that we've ever had in this country, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Trump supporter. I just think that's the case. The guy sat there and is always he's like, I love Bibi. Bibi's great. I love the Jewish community. Folks, his family's Jewish. Trump's family has Jews in it. And they're going to call him a Nazi. This is the craziest shit. Can you imagine just Hitler having a bunch of Nazis hanging out with him while he's exterminating millions of them? I mean, I'm sure there's a story out there, right? Oh my God, it's just so insane. It's so insane. A Nazi rally, there's fucking Jews just everywhere in the rally, just wearing MAGA hats. Yeah! So good. Oh, I'm gonna miss this craziness. You guys gotta admit, right? These people are fucking insane. Speaking of the insanity, did you guys know... losing my voice because I'm getting so hyped up and getting so crazy. Did you guys know that there was another attempt on Donald Trump's life? Did you all know this? Let me know. There's an alleged threat on Trump's life. 1 second. You guys may have not known this. It's breaking. Donald Trump, somebody was going to try to kill him again. Oh, yes, sir. It's real. Before we get there, let's do a little bit of an ad read. You guys, I was late to streaming today because I was filling my coffee mug up, and you know what we were filling it up with? Do you enjoy free speech? That's the real question that Rumble is protecting and fighting for. Our show on Rumble is only possible thanks to all of you viewers, the patriots, supporting Rumble's platform by purchasing Rumble's products. You guys are buying some of these things up like hotcakes. Most of you drink coffee every day, especially during our show because we're a morning show, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, every single weekday. That's why you have to try Rumble's 1775 coffee. It's actually some of the best coffee, really. I say premium for a reason. And it's the same price as the coffee you buy now, but it's way better. So why not just spend the money that you're already spending and give it to a brand like Rumble? I don't get commission on this, by the way, but give it to a brand like Rumble who's supporting your free speech. Rumble's 1775 coffee is free from chemicals, yet rich in flavor. This is because their beans are sourced from high altitude farms in Bolivia, and then it's freaking hand-picked. They don't even have machines doing this. Roasted weekly at their facility in Miami and delivered fresh to your doorstep. And as believers in freedom, buying from Rumble helps fight back against the woke corporations like Starbucks and Donuts. Join the coffee revolution and brew rebellion with Rumble 1775 coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com, use promo code STUDIO, and you get a free month supply of their cognitive boosting supplement Limitless when you buy 2 bags of their coffee. Think about that. It's crazy. It's a freaking crazy deal. And the supplement is worth more than the 2 bags of coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com and try their amazing coffee, their amazing beans. It's good stuff. So get that. And also check this out. Donald Trump, there was a Democrat man who threatened to kill him. But you're not going to see any videos of these TikTokers, these Instagram influencers, all these creators, right, coming out saying, this is bad. Hey, we need to tone down the rhetoric. No, they're just going to call you guys fucking idiots and intelligent and unintelligent, I guess, and all these names, right? Which, whatever. We know we're smart. We know we're smart. We don't need somebody to tell us like Joey does. So a male Pennsylvania Democrat, of course, right? If you just, look, if you had $1,000 to spend, not even it could be $100, it could be $10, and you're like, I'm gonna gamble this money away. And I said, okay, I'm the dealer. We got an assassination guy. Okay, the guy's gonna commit an assassination. Do you think he's part of the Republican Party or Democrat Party? I don't even need to hear the options. I'm going Democrat. Democrat all day. The guy's a Democrat. Boom. Give me the money. Give me the money. Almost every assassination attempt in American history has been conducted by a Democrat. Almost every single one. And you know what? They use the pronouns. Oh, she, her. But was arrested after he allegedly said that he would like to shoot former President Donald Trump ahead of the rally in Pennsylvania State University. That's not good. Probably shouldn't be saying things like that because we don't know if it's true or not. Well, this individual reportedly overheard, they were 74, man. Jeez. Overheard saying he liked, to shoot Trump while he was purchasing a parking pass at the university transportation office. Like, how do you put yourself in that scenario? Hey, yeah, can I just get one parking ticket, please, for the Trump rally? Yeah, I'm going to fucking shoot this guy in the head. Like, who does that? Who does that? There you go. Loves Rumble Premium. Thank Hans. Appreciate that. Rumble Premium's great. So here, now to be fair, folks, this is actually what The View looks like without makeup on. Okay. Hand to God, I didn't know it was a man. I thought it was a woman because all I did was I looked at the picture and I looked at the thing. I was like, okay, we got a woman trying to kill Trump. Nope. It was a freaking guy. So you didn't know this. My mind was actually blown when I found out it was a dude, but he, she, or he, her, whatever it is. You know what's, can we just pause for a moment? You know what's happening here? You got the cop right behind the camera. All right, sir, ma'am, shit. Can you go ahead and just smile for the camera? What? And while I was going, what? That's where they caught it. Huh? Oh, so these psychos are out trying to kill Trump. It's not going to end, you guys. It's not going to end because these Democrats are crazy. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. Is that a Zerb? I don't know. Can we get a poll going in the chat? Huh? Maybe the View joke was too much. I'm sorry. Don't come for me, ABC. You come for me enough. Always trying to flag my content because I sat there and used the fair use agreement that we have. God. So anyways, there's another assassination attempt or plot, whatever you want to call it. Now, J.D. Vance kind of echoes what I was saying about the Trump rally. Because again, as you saw from The View and all these Democrats and progressive leftists, because they're basically all one and the same now. They're kind of morphed into like the same ball. Sat there and called us Nazis, right? So J.D. Vance comes out and shreds them. Like big time with this. So here's what they're showing, right? A Nazi rally. They know, they love it. It's 100% on purpose, and they think it's funny, and they cooked you if you don't like it. Jesus. So they're calling us all Nazis, right? Blah, 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 yada, 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 typical. And then J.D. Vance says this. There are so many reasons this is ridiculous. Correct. And he's just going to choose one. Who do you actually think the gross majority of men who stormed the beaches of Normandy would vote for? The answer is Donald J. Trump. Damn correct. Damn right, baby. Look, if you're a veteran or military personnel, I get, look, some of them are Democrats. No qualms with that, whatever. But Donald Trump loves the military, loves the veterans, takes care of them. These people here, these great men whose generation is leaving us, unfortunately, who my grandfather was a part of. My grandfather fought in World War II. He was in Pearl Harbor when it happened on the USS Reed. These guys stormed the beaches of Normandy. These are the guys that fought against the Nazis. These same guys, not necessarily the same guys in the photo, right? But these guys that stormed the beaches are voting for who? Donald Trump. Donald Trump. I mean, the Jews aren't very happy that they're calling us Nazis because the Jews know what happened. There's people that still came out that were there in Auschwitz and, well, yeah. Elon Musk come out and he says, MSNBC, utter scum of the earth for comparing Trump rally to Nazi rally. Yes, correct. Yesterday's Trump rally was filled with Americans who, from every walk of life, including Orthodox, conservative, Reform, and secular Jews. I saw a woman in a burqa. It wasn't anything like a Nazi rally. Shame on MSNBC. Correct. Yes. I mean, you really do have to turn your head, like you have to turn this way and just try to pretend like it's not happening. What's happening? You know what I mean? I mean, the Democrats have to really turn their head like this a lot. This, right? The economy sucks. They have to pretend like it doesn't. So they got to go, it's good. It's good. Massive amount of illegal immigration. Oh, it's good. No, it's not happening, right? Oh, no, the border's secure. Right? They have to do that. Hey, there's a lot of Jews, Muslims, gypsies at the rally. Oh, it's not happening. No, it's Nazis. Oh, it's Nazis. Really can't wrap your head around it. I mean, her own crowd can't wrap around the shit that she says. What's the receipts? Oh, funny you ask, Patriots. Where's the receipts, Brad? Well, I got it right here. Kamala crowd goes silent at rally in a viral clip. They didn't know what to do because she just says crazy. Look at that. I mean, that is a face of a woman. What? Right? Just freaky deaky. Asking, I almost said Trump supporters, asking her supporters to chant their own names. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm not saying everything Trump does at his rally lands because it doesn't. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Okay, now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that. Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us. And listen, I have fought my whole career to put the people first.
That has to be edited, right? No way. I don't know. That has to be edited. There's no way.
Okay, now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that. Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us. And listen, I have fought.
There's no way. If that is real, I don't know what to say. So it's so crazy that I have to say maybe it's satire. Maybe somebody edited. made an edit because there's no way in hell, right? There's no way in hell. The other thing there's no way in hell of happening, but it did, is a juvenile illegal immigrant gang members behind robbery spree. Well, they're out of jail now due to age. Oh, now this is kind of an old story, but to see these gems right here that are pointing fake guns with their hands at the camera. Yeah, these are the gangs, the Venezuelan prison gang members who aren't allegedly in our country, right? According to the media. It's funny how that works out, right? Trump's like, they're sending gang members here. Violent gang members are emptying their prisons. And the Democrats are going, it's not happening. It's not real. No. What? How could you sit there and say that about people? Because it's happening. It's literally right here. There's actual documentation. So a Venezuelan prison gang, whose name means train of Arguarua, I don't know what the hell that is putting the loco in locomotive with a New York City robbery spree that sees its young members repeatedly staying out of jail. Juvenile illegal immigrants in the gang have been attacking people in the Big Apple's famed Times Square and other landmark locations remain free due to the Empire State's lenient laws on juvenile crime. And then the Democrats wonder, why are they stealing all our stuff? Why is our stuff locked up in cages? Why do I have to press a button to get an attendant to open up the door for a thing of coffee? That's why you need to sit there and get some 1775 coffee, because it's not locked up behind cages. No. Isn't it amazing these people aren't deported? They're just actively just, by the way, that causes your insurance to go up. It causes the price of goods to go up because they have to pay for that insurance. To pay for that insurance, they got to sit there and make sure their margins are big enough so they can pay for the insurance. You guys, I'm being serious about that. That's not like just like, oh, that's a business thing. REI, I think it was in California. REI spent, it was either $600,000 or $800,000 on security measures. And still, thank you, Brittany, for following us over at Rumble. Greatly appreciated. I do get notified on my watch. They spent like $600,000 or $800,000 on security, and it still wasn't enough. And so they had to close the store. They had to shut it down. So you could spend like upwards of $1 million+ and it's still not enough in Democrat-ran areas. They're all fleeing. They're all getting out of there. So that's just lovely. And you might be going, as a Democrat, well, she's getting it under control. The immigration's down. Whew. Listen carefully. I got numbers for you. Look at this. From the Daily Wire. Biden-Harris admin's illegal immigration numbers are 25% higher than reported. They underinflated it. And that's what we've been saying. And they go, you guys are liars, you bigots. Puh, right? In the same way, right? They inflate the job numbers, but then later on behind the scenes, oh, we got to mark it down by 800,000. Shit, there's a big number. God, how often are we going to be right? Sometimes, Trump comes out in 2016, you're going to be so tired of winning. So tired of winning. Trump, I feel it. I'm tired of being right. They're going to be like, oh, you're a narcissist, right? The Democrat, yeah, you look at it, he's a narcissist. It's a joke. Calm down. Calm down. You have to tell him, right? Like, simmer down, dude. Taking life a little bit too seriously. The number of illegal immigrants who entered the U.S. under the Biden-Harris administration is reportedly 25% higher than what the administration claims. Haven't we been saying this for 3 years? 3 years. I always say, hey, they say there's 10.5 million. It's upwards of like 20 to 30 million. There's like 40 million here present time right now in this country that have accumulated over the decades. 40 million of them. More than half the population of our states. I've been saying it for years. Longtime Bald Brad Show listeners, they all know this. That's because the numbers don't include those who were able to escape from Border Patrol, known as gotaways. When including gotaways, the number of illegal immigrants who entered the U.S. increases by 25%. And that's being generous. That's being generous. It's more than that. Because you have the gotaways, but these are the known gotaways. They don't ever include the unknowns. So what they do is they sometimes track tire treads, but they also track like the movement, but they don't know if people are being carried at certain moments in time. So there's a lot of like estimation going on. But according to the Biden-Harris administration, they only say that 7 million people roughly have attempted to enter the country. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, God. I mean, if you're going to bullshit me, at least make it more realistic. You know what I mean? If you're going to play me to be an idiot, come on, at least give me a little bit more of something here. Okay. President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris's first full month in office. But a Freedom of Information request, FOIA, from the Telegraph found that the Border Patrol believes another 1.8 million illegal immigrants crossed the U.S. border without being apprehended, for a total of just about 9 million. Oh, it's way more than that. That's them being nice. Oh, yeah. A research fellow at the Conservative Heritage Foundation who focuses on immigration told the Telegraph he thought the administration was engaging in deliberate obfuscation. Oh, absolutely. I've always said this is, in my opinion, this is grounds for impeachment. Because you are actively, one, putting the country more at risk because there's terrorists here now. There's violent gang members, which we just talked about, but the media says it's not happening. Remember when Karine Jean-Pierre told Peter Doocy of Fox News during a White House press briefing that illegal immigrants weren't walking across the border? Do y'all remember that? Now, you might not, but I do, because I covered it. Hey, well, they're not walking across the border. And Peter Doocy's mind was like blown. He like fell out of his chair. Couldn't believe it. So that's a thing. That's all happening. The numbers are worse than 25%, by the way. Way worse. Now, I wanted to give you some updates. So we still have the saga continuing with the Virginia charade. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, we're in an election right now, right? You all know that. Some of you voted early. Thank you so much. God bless you. Regardless of whoever you voted for, really. Thank you for just voting. Hopefully you voted for Trump. Well, if you recall, Virginia, Glenn Youngkin tried to remove 1,500 illegal immigrants from the voter rolls. And this isn't like we think that they might be illegal immigrants. No, they are self-proclaimed illegal immigrants. And if that wasn't enough, they actually showed proof that they were illegal immigrants. That's how ballsy some of these people are now. They just don't care. They're like, I'm illegal. Look at that. They're walking around with like illegal immigrant shirts on. Like, ugh. So Glenn Youngkin goes, well, we got to get these people off the rolls. And so he tries to remove them off them because they should not have the right to vote because they're illegal immigrants. They're not even citizens. A Biden-appointed judge sits there and puts them back on the voter rolls. We showed all the receipts earlier. You just got to go back. We've already done it. We've already hashed it out. So then Glenn Youngkin takes up and he goes, hey, can the Supreme Court cover this? Like, this is not okay. This is going to sit there and deliberately kind of overshadow certain people's votes, which he's right. And then other people came up and said, hey, could SCOTUS take a peek at this? Well, the GOP, here's an update. The GOP files a brief fighting Biden's nominated judge allowing non-citizens to vote. Isn't it just astonishing that it's a Biden nominated judge? Like it makes sense, right? Because at first you're like, yeah, that's like, say it never said Biden appointed judge. You just like your wheels start spinning, right? Like, man, what? Like, who would do that? Like, why would that be okay to put non-citizens? Like, how is that even constitutional? Which is not, by the way, which is not. Like, why would he do that? Right? Federal is over the state, so it's supreme. Supreme, like a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. Those are good, by the way. That's a sidebar. That's going a little off on the side, but Crunchwrap Supremes from T-Bell. So good. So the Republican National Committee and the Republican Party in Virginia has filed a brief in the Supreme Court of the United States to stay a decision by the Biden-nominated judge who blocked an effort to keep non-citizens from voting. So we'll see what happens with this. I more or less just wanted to let you know that they're actively fighting this, and good on them, because they should. This is bonkers. This is bonkers. I also want to see if I can get it up in a moment. Don't clip that, by the way. Oh, God. Oh, that's what she said. I also want to see if I can get it up. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Brad, get serious. We'll see. Elon Musk, damn you guys. I know Krager's going to laugh at that. Damn you. Oh, shit. Elon Musk, get serious. Elon Musk has a dedicated page that you can go to on X that you can document election interference, voter fraud, all that stuff taking place. So I want to try to find that if I can before I'm done here. Brad is losing it. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you're covering Democrat stuff all the time. It kind of rubs off on you. I want to see if I can find that and link it for you guys. That way, if you see some shit, you could post it to Elon. So JD Vance, just as kind of big news, I want to make sure we get this in here, is, that's what she said. I'm sorry, you guys. JD Vance is going to be on Joe Rogan's podcast Friday. So if you noticed, Kamala Harris is not going to appear on Joe Rogan. She's making all these demands, and she's saying, well, Rogan's not going to meet my demands, so I'm not going to do it. Joe Rogan doesn't need your ass on his podcast, Kamala. He's the biggest podcast on earth. He doesn't go and meet people to do podcasts. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen him do that. In the history of his show, I don't think I've ever seen him pick up all his gear and go and meet somebody to do a podcast. And she's like limiting this guy to an hour and making all these demands. So JD's like, I'll come and do it. Shit, I don't care. I'll come and talk to you for how many hours you want. And I'm going to, I'm just as excited about this as I was with the Trump one, because JD's freaking awesome. And JD was great on Theo Vaughn. He was laughing a lot. If you haven't seen that podcast of him on all the comedians podcast, JD loves to laugh, you guys. Honestly, my heart is totally open to this guy. JD won me over like that. I still love Vivek. I'll be honest, JD's better. JD's better. I said it. Okay, I said it. You guys got me. I came around. It took me a while. So that's going to happen Friday. I'll see if I can stream it. Donald Trump's views on Rogan is about 40 million. Elon Musk posted the whole interview because ScrewTube was being a bunch of commies. And I think it had like another 40 million. It has like 80 million views plus. I don't know where it's at now, but it's the biggest podcast, I think, in the world. So tune into that. If I can find Elon Musk's, there it is. It's on my Twitter page. You guys go to my Twitter page. I posted it. It's right here, Election Integrity Community. So if you want to do anything, and maybe I should pin this, if you see any election integrity issues, report them here, okay? So follow me on X, please, so that you have at least access to this, or follow Elon Musk. I don't care. Just get it wherever. And if you want my X page, there that is for you over there. And we got over you gents at Rumble and ladies. And there you have it. So that is today's episode. I appreciate all of you. Follow me wherever you can. Hey, Christmas is coming up, folks. We have a book, Trojan Horse, How the Left is Destroying America. Get yourself a copy. And even if you've read it and you enjoy it, just buy it for somebody else. It helps support the show. And, I put a lot of effort and work into it. I would love to write another book. I said I was, so I actually got through technically I did write another book. I wrote I don't even know how many words it was, 80,000 words for one nonfiction book. And then I actually wrote another like 60 to 80,000 words of a fiction book. So really, I guess I wrote an entire book, but I stopped. I do that a lot. I write like half a book and then I stop. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Thanks for all the great, for a great start. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. Have a lovely week. We'll be back here tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, like we normally are here on the Bald Brad Show. Links to everything is in the description below. Take care, Patriots. God bless you.